up, everybody? This is Read the Bible with me, Stan Jr., and today we're looking at Ruth chapter 4. Yes, Ruth chapter 4. And if you've been reading with me, you've read the entire book of Ruth now. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. Well, after we read this, you'll be reading the entire book of Ruth. Big deal, okay? Really big deal. And if you've been reading with me so far, you've read Song of Solomon, Matthew, the Book of Ruth, and now, next book we're going to read is Ephesians. So we're doing really, really great. Hang in there. Stay in touch. And if you want to do that, the best way to do that is to click the subscribe button. Click the subscribe button or the little notification bell. That makes you understand and makes you get the video as soon as I make it. So yeah, so let you know what is going on. So let's look at chapter 4 of Ruth here. And we see why everybody loved Boaz so much. All right, so it says, now Boaz had gone up to the gate and sat down there. And behold, the Redeemer of whom Boaz had spoken came by. So Boaz said, turn aside, friend, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, sit down here. So they sat down. Then he said to the Redeemer, Naomi, who has come back from the country of Moab, is selling a parcel of land that belonged to our relative Elimelech. So I thought I would tell you of it and say, buy it in the presence of those sitting here and in the presence of the elders of my people. If so, if you will redeem it, redeem it. But if you will not, tell me, that I may know that, for there is no one besides you to redeem it. And I come after you. And he said, I will redeem it. Then Boaz said, the day you buy the field from the hand of Naomi, you also acquire Ruth, the Moabite, the widow of the dead, in order to perpetuate the name of the dead in his inheritance. Then the Redeemer said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I impair my own inheritance. Take my right of redemption for yourself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the custom in the former times of Israel concerning redeeming and exchanging to confirm a transaction. The one drew off his sandal and gave it to the other, and this was the manner of attesting in Israel. So when the Redeemer said to Boaz, buy it for yourself, he drew off his sandal. Then Boaz said to the elders and all the people, you are witnesses this day that I have bought from the hand of Naomi all that belonged to Elimelech, and all that belonged to Chilion and Mahalan. Also Ruth the Moabite, the widow of Mahalan, I have bought to be my wife, to perpetuate the name of the dead in his inheritance, that the name of the dead may not be cut off from among his brothers and from the gate of his native place. You are witnesses this day. Then all the people who were at the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. May the Lord make the woman who is coming into your house like Rachel and Leah, who together built the house of Israel. May you act worthily in Ephrath and be renowned in Bethlehem. And may your house be like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah, because of the offspring that the Lord will give you by this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife, and he went into her, and the Lord gave her conception, and she bore a son. Then the woman said to Naomi, blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a redeemer. And may his name be renowned in Israel. He shall be to you a restorer of life and a nourisher of your old age. For your daughter-in-law who loves you, who is more to you, than 7 sons, he has given birth to him. Then Naomi took the child and laid him on her lap and became his nurse. And the woman of the neighborhood gave him a name, saying, a son has been born to Naomi. They named him Obed. He was the father of Jesse, the father of David, which was King David. Now these are the generations of Perez. Perez fathered Hezron. Hezron fathered Ram. Ram fathered Aminadab. Aminadab followed Nishon. Nishon fathered Salmon. Salmon fathered Boaz. Boaz fathered Obed. Obed fathered Jesse. And Jesse fathered David. So I say all of this because you just read chapter 4 of Ruth. But what we can take from this is the genealogy. God was planning this all along. God was planning Ruth to marry Boaz for a very long time, because this is how King David comes to the earth. This is how King David is born, down through their lineage. So I think it's so important to know that God has been planning your birth since the beginning of time. The Lord says in Jeremiah, I formed you in your mother's womb. I knew you before you were even on this planet. He has plans for you, plans to do good towards you. God created you a long time ago. God planned for you to be here. Don't you let anybody tell you that you don't belong here, that you're not supposed to be here. Don't even let yourself tell you that. Don't let that that voice in your head tell you that you don't belong here. You belong on the planet because God planned it that way, and He loves you. Now, you just read Ruth 4, and so I'm so excited because next time you see me, we'll be reading Ephesians 1. Absolutely. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click subscribe so me and you can read the Bible together. I love you, and I will see you next time. We'll be reading Ephesians 1. Peace.